So one thing that always interests me when I'm getting leaner and leaner for a show, and obviously I'm putting a lot more pictures of me up looking in silly shape, I'd like to say, is you get a lot more haters. You get a lot more people saying, oh, that's not possible naturally, this, that. And it's people always talk about haters. Having attitude towards every successful having attitude towards everyone really successful. Having attitude towards everyone really successful. Now, there's lots of different acronyms that people put for haters, but that's my one. Almost got it wrong then. But the reason that I say that is people define success as how much money you have in the bank and things like that. Success isn't always about how rich you are. Success is excelling in something that you're passionate and good at. And that can be anything. That can be being a parent. That could be in your job, etc., etc. I excel and I'm a successful coach and I'm a successful competitor because I get on stage in the shape of my life better than most people get on stage because it's what I do and it's who I am. And a lot of people don't understand that. So what they'll do is they'll look at my photos and they'll try and rationalise it and think, well, I could never do that. So therefore, to justify it, they'll go, well, he must be on steroids, etc., etc. You get it all the time. And this is the trouble with social media, which I find interesting. I love social media and I love people. I love the way that people act. And I never get really annoyed with people too much these days because you just got to understand the mindset of a lot of people. It's very easy these days to form an opinion of something, and especially with the way that social media works, especially with Twitter, especially with Facebook, you get likes, you get shares, you get that. It massages people's egos, and when people have a controversial opinion and they're getting backing from it, they think it's right, even though it can be completely wrong. A lot of people have an opinion saying, oh, well, so-and-so is on steroids, so you must be on steroids, and etc., etc. It's like, do you even go to the gym? Do you even lift? And you'll even have people who say, oh, I've been going to the gym 5 years, I know what I'm talking about, I do this, I do that, I do that. Just and form an opinion on that. Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean it's right. And I'm going to give you a little story now, one that grinds my gears a hell of a lot. And it's quite relevant, if I'm being brutally honest. Now, it comes down to success and it comes down to opinions. And what it's about is risk takers. Some of the most successful people in the world take risks. They don't listen to anyone else and they just think, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. If I fail, I fail. That's it. And those kind of people start hanging around with some more of those people because they are great people to hang around with and are very, very inspirational. So anyway, one of the biggest bugbears of mine is food on planes. I have taken my food on planes for the last 2 years, yet nearly every single person, 99% of people that I speak to, say, oh, I didn't know you could do that, or I didn't know you were allowed to take food on planes. And I'm just like, what? Who's told you that? And they don't know who's told them that. It was just their opinion. And this is the problem. I guarantee you now, I know it's very, very random, but go and speak to 5 people now and ask them, say, are you allowed to take food on planes? I guarantee most of them will say a definitive yes or no. Most of them go, oh, you're not allowed. They don't actually know, they're just forming an opinion. And I always took a risk. I remember I was like, I need to take my food on the plane. Can you take food on the plane? I don't know, but I'm still going to take it. And if I get it on the plane, then great. If I don't, who cares? Took it on the plane, got it on the plane, fine. Took it on the plane again, got it on the plane in time. Took it on the plane 40, 50 times and got it on the plane fine. Then realised that there is no problem with food on a plane. However, people are under the opinion that you're not allowed to take it. The only thing you're not allowed to take on the plane is liquids over 100ml and nut butters, because a nut butter, if you can open it, some people who are highly allergic can go into an anaphylactic shock. But that's it. And it sounds very, very random, but when I ask people, so who told you that you couldn't take food in the plane? They're like, oh, well, everyone knows that. And this is the point that I'm getting at. This is the problem with fitness, this is the problem with diet. This is the whole thing about opinions. When you have the wrong opinion on something, or something is not a fact, it doesn't mean that people aren't going around talking about it as if it is. A lot of people say, oh, don't eat carbs after 6. Oh, everyone knows that. Everyone knows you need to do that. And it's just bollocks, complete and utter crap. And this is the problem. Stop listening to other people's opinions. Listen to advice from people that know what they're doing. That is the most important thing. And when people are giving their opinion, don't take it as fact. Do your own research, learn about stuff, experiment with stuff yourself, and form your own opinion. Take risks. Take risks. If someone says don't do something and they've done it before and they might not have had a good experience about it, yes, they're going to have a negative opinion about it, but just because their opinion's negative about it doesn't mean that you're going to have the same opinion on it, or you're going to have the same bad reputation for it. I see so many people that slag off competing. They're like, oh, well, you know, this, they know that, oh, it's not good for it, all you get is a plastic trophy, oh, this, or that, because they've had a bad opinion on competing, or they've had a bad training session, or they've had a bad coach, or it's ruined their life, etc, etc, etc. And then they form their opinion, and because obviously they've been on stage, and people think, oh, well, they know what they're talking about. Which is exactly what I say. Listen to advice, but experiment and go through it yourself, because you're never going to know if you like or don't like something unless you've done it yourself. You've gone through it and formed your own opinion. Rant central this, but this is what I want to try and inspire you for, boys and girls. The most important thing in the world when it comes to succeeding, just take risks. Take risks and go, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Take your food on planes as well. Most important thing, don't eat that shit that they serve you on the plane, because it's crap. Take your own food. As long as you eat it by the time you land, and you're not going into a country that doesn't allow meats and vegetables and dairy, which is most other countries, as long as it's consumed by the time you go on the ground, you're fine. So you learn something new. If you thought now that you can't take food on the plane, you can. And your protein powders. Just don't take nut butters and liquids over 100ml until you get into the airport, and then you can stock up on as much water as you like, apart from you're probably paying £2 for a litre. So yeah, that is my rant. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you took something out of it, which is the most important thing.